Okay, so I'm gonna briefly just look at front headlock, okay? Because front headlock is a little different. Instead of grabbing you around the waist, he grabs you around the head. So if I get Jade here real quick. There's this, but there's this. Is that he comes around the head. And now if Jaden just kind of innocently goes for, just go for like grabbing my legs and start playing, yeah, and it's like, he may end up very quickly in a submission. In the same way, in the absolute same way, lay on your back. I would say it's analogous to, he's playing open guard and he's worried about like trying to sweep me and stuff like that. And he just ignores grips on his legs, like this is not important. He still plays it like he's looking for stuff like this, and I'm just like, And I start attacking his legs, okay? Leg locks can happen in open guard, and once they start happening, if he doesn't pay attention to me connecting to like his ankle, his heel, whatever it is, whether I'm going like ankle lock, heel hook or something, and he just keeps playing open guard, like, yeah, I'm gonna sweep you or keep you from passing, he'll get submitted by people who are good. Similarly, in turtle, if you're like, yeah, I don't care if you connect to my head, I'll just do my standard game and like take you down or whatever, you'll get submitted, okay, by people who are good. So when he connects to my head, it's 100% a sub position at this point that I have to think. And just a general rule of thumb that I like for jiu-jitsu is, if someone connects an arm to any part of my neck, I think his goal is to connect the other arm to my neck and finish me. I take all connections to my neck with his arms or with his legs very seriously. Like, that's going to go, if there's like a priority list in my mind, that's going to go all the way to the top of the priority list, like priority number 1, okay? So as soon as Jaden grabs my head, I know I'm not in the same position, and I'm going to take this very seriously. I'm like, uh-oh, he's got me in something, okay? We'll start with just one arm grip. He's got a front headlock on me, okay? The more he can shelve me like this, the easier it is for him to choke me in every possible variety, okay? So I have 2 things I want to think about here. If I can, hold it, hold it. I'm going to try to be circling my head out of that, okay? Right away. Like, you can bring your hands up to defend too. There's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to think about, like, if he can shelve your head in a position like this, it's very dangerous, okay? He's getting a lot of connection to your neck. And as soon as he can connect this, it's on. He can start to create a lack of space and choke you, a la the guillotine. So if he starts getting in here like this, my thought is I don't want my head up in here. I don't like this, okay? So I'm trying to even bring my head all the way to the other side, okay? I'm way outside of that shelf. You could use your hand, come across, grab the elbow, start to get yourself out, okay? From there, I'm using my shoulder to drive into him, all right? So if he's here, I'm like, I don't like my head here. My head is trying to come down and out. I'm gonna come across and grip his elbow. All of this is starting to open it up, and now I'm gonna drive my shoulder into his shoulder and start trying to come out of that, okay? This is the most basic escape from the front headlock. It's gonna be harder against people who are pretty skilled and they're gonna try to move with you and stuff, but if I'm dealing with someone doing that to me when I try to front headlock you, it's a world of greater difficulty for me. There are techniques for countering the counters, the counters, and the counters, and the counters. It goes on and on. That's how jiu-jitsu works. But like, that's an absolute necessary first move, okay? Is I want to get my head off that side of his body, okay? That's a problem waiting to happen. I'm going to take his elbow with a cross grip and start pulling it across. So his arm, instead of being a nice tight thing, I stretch it out. Lastly, I'm going to drive my shoulder into his shoulder to start to move around towards his back, okay? He may rotate with that and stop me from doing it, but I'm here. My head's trying to come out. I'm grabbing that elbow, and now it's this shoulder starting to drive in And if I can just go straight to his back, I will do that right away. All right, give that a try. 1, 2, 3.